we had a tournament here today, game 45. Spencer won the top section. Archer won the second section. Karen got 2.5 out of 4 in the third section. And I played an extra rated game against an 1800 who was 0-3 in the open and had a full point bye. And I didn't look at the game yet, but I wasn't doing well. So actually, we're going to start with that game. Yeah, so it was a pretty successful tournament. I'm getting clear first. Let me do an analysis board, and then I'll change the scene. Multiple games. Oh, it's just live chess, I guess, yeah. Yeah, I didn't play well, as per usual. I'm pretty sure I was completely losing. It's game 45. When the game ended, my opponent had 3 seconds, and I had about a minute and a half, I guess. I played the right speed. It was a 47-move game, and I played very enterprisingly, and then I played too enterprisingly. Go Jeffrey. Yeah, Jeffrey had a lot of wins and losses today. Why does the USA always win the Olympics? What? I can't verify whether that's true or not. Yeah. Also, today's my brother's birthday. He watches the stream a lot. MJ Feingold. He's, Go Mark. It's my older brother. Okay, let's look at the game I played today. My opponent's 1800. His name is Grayson Cook. Game 45. I think he played Bishop E2. Yeah. It's hard to get the move order right because, it's always the same. I've had this position a lot, and I've never faced that move. So I thought if I went here, he would go here. And if I thought this would happen, and I didn't think I had enough compensation for a pawn because I'm going to lose a pawn now. The engine says I don't have enough compensation for it. I haven't looked at this game yet, so I'm just putting it in now. So I didn't want to play knight g6, so I just played h6, putting it in h. That way, if he plays h5, I can put one of my knights to h7 and come here. Like I can play knight here, and put the other knight there. And okay, play f5 later, take over the dark squares. So he played bishop d2. So I assume he wants to play a3, b4 or something. So I played a6, hoping that he would play a4. Then he can't play b4 so easily. But he played here. Okay, now things have changed as far as I'm concerned. Now, if I play that variation where I lose a pawn, in the previous variation where I play knight f4 and he takes it, he can't castle queenside. And so if he's pushing his h-pawn and he castles kingside, I can sack a pawn. And I think I have good compensation because I can play knight g4 and he can't kick my knight out with h3. So I didn't know what else to do. So I played here. And it does sacrifice a pawn, and I get good compensation. And so on. So you can also play g3 with the idea of playing h5, and I can't go here. The engine thinks that that's pretty reasonable. But I wasn't upset about pushing all his pawns and playing rook b1, because, his king's going to be on the king side eventually. Okay, he played h5, that's fine. g3 is the engine likes better, but, it's not on a high, it's... Okay, and I'm forced to sack a pawn, which is fine. That's what I wanted to do. The problem with him playing bishop f1 to trap my knight is my knight's not trapped because this pawn's hanging. So I would just play here. So he has to take and play queen d2, which was what he wanted to do. And I get good compensation for a pawn because I have domination of the dark squares and I have 2 bishops. Thanks, Elite Gamer 3 Jads, for whatever you did. 100 centidues, Conor McGregor's leg. Good. Good. It's Mr. McGreg with a leg for an arm and an arm for a leg. Okay, so I played knight g4 to get the dark squares. He played queen f4. I think that's forced. That says he can castle too. And I played bishop f6. Try to look for the Avengean evaluation. And I thought I had good compensation for a pawn. I'm down a pawn, but my bishop's great. My knight's great. I have 2 bishops. This pawn here is weird if he castles kingside. If he doesn't castle, also good. And the engine says I have compensation, but it likes white because it likes being up a pawn. Okay, and he played queen d2. The engine likes queen g3. All right, queen d2 seemed okay to me. And we both castled. Now the engine says it's equal. Okay, and I played rook e8 because I didn't know what else to do. Engine says that's fine. And he defended his pawn. And if it's my move, I could give back my bishop here and take my pawn back, which I'm sure is fine for me. So he played here. Yay! Eric Kiskul subscribed, no matter how badly I pronounce it. This was played about 3 hours ago in our chess center. It was a game 45 tournament, and my opponent had a full point buy because he was 0-3. And there's nobody to play him, so I played him. It's just an extra rated game. Okay, now the engine likes black because, I got all the dark squares and, his bishop's no good and so forth. Okay, now I had a very interesting idea, and by interesting, probably not good. The engine just wants me to play knight e5, rook e5, attacking this pawn, which I wasn't a big fan of. It also says bishop d7, which I almost played. But I played b6, and the idea was to play this and put more pressure. Oh, the engine says that's okay. Okay, he played b4, and I played rook a7. The engine says knight e5 is equal. It doesn't like this move. I wanted to go here. And he traded on c5. Okay. Still likes his position. And he played a very aggressive move. It says knight e2 is good. His move is also good. Rook b8. And I doubled my rooks. Yeah. So again, it just says that he's up a pawn and I have compensation, but not enough compensation. And the engine's, that's the way it feels about it. Okay, he played here. So he's playing pretty well. The engine says his moves are good. And I thought forever, and I finally played knight e5, which the engines wanted me to play for a long time. And it says it's the right move. He took. The engine says that's forced. I took with the rook. The engine says that's best. So now I'm threatening this. And if he defends it, which he did, then I can maneuver my pieces around. Now, the engine doesn't like his next move at all. It says he should play either knight e2 or rook 1 b6, and he's much better. But he defended his pawn. Can't blame him. Now it says that I've basically equalized again. It's hard to give your pawn back when you're up a pawn, because then I have 2 bishops and the dark squares, and you're not up a pawn. And I played rook g5. Engine says that's good. And he defended his pawn, bishop f3, also good. And I couldn't decide if I should play queen a5 or not play queen a5. I didn't know. Don't forget about the hype train. Gorixon99 subscribed, and Farty Party gave 210 to dues. You didn't forget. Yeah, I couldn't decide whether to go here or not, and so I played bishop e5. Engine doesn't like that move very much. And he played the scariest move, but the engine doesn't like it. It says he has a big winning advantage after either knight here or rook here. But he played there, which is what I was scared of, because, knight's coming in here. And now I'm pretty sure I blundered. I'm pretty sure I did, but the engine will tell me if I blundered. Yeah. And I just hallucinated. I showed the guy after the game. He didn't. Yeah, I have to play move my queen and defend my rook, like queen e7, queen d7. I played here. I think that just loses. After I played it, I was like, uh-oh, my analysis was wrong. Yeah, and then I told him, after I played it, I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? So my idea was he can't play knight b6 because I go here, And then I realized after I moved queen f6, he could just take this and win. So I'm just lost here. But if I don't play queen takes f3, what do I do? And I don't know. Yeah, it says queen takes f3 is forced. So this is the engine line. And now I'm attacking his rook and his queen. So he has to play queen c1. And okay, I have bishop f4 is the only move. Otherwise I resign. He moves his queen somewhere safe. Oh, my queen's protecting my rook now, so I can do this. So this is what I have to do if he plays correctly, and I'm just losing here. In fact, this is a nice move. I can't play queen takes here because he has queen takes queen. And then queen e7. So I have to take this and take his rook. Yeah, I mean, this is some swindling chances. All right. Yeah, so I'm just lost after knight b6, although it's not easy. It just I realized after I moved my queen that he just played knight b6. I forgot that after here he just takes. So he played rook b3, defending the bishop that I wasn't really attacking. And then I made another mistake, another miscalculation. I should just play queen e7, defending my rook, but I went here. And he thought forever here. This is actually worse than queen f6. Now I'm more lost. And when I played this, I was like, oh, and he hallucinated. I'll show you what he hallucinated. He saw knight b6, which wins immediately. He saw it. And I saw it after I moved, and I was like, oh, I just thought he couldn't do that because I take, but obviously this is winning. And he saw knight b6, and he thought, incorrectly, that I would take, he would take, and I would take. And the idea is if I take his queen, then I mate him, if he takes my queen. What he didn't see is this wins for several reasons. One is he's mating me, but if he's not mating me, he's still winning. So this is actually just checkmate. Thanks for the 200 centidues, Grunge War. The other way to win is to play knight e6 check, knight takes rook check, and then take the queen. So what he thought I would do just loses for a lot of reasons. So after I played bishop d7, I was like, oh, knight b6 is good. Again! And then I was like, okay, what am I going to do? And the engine just says I lose. It says he's +6. So I made 2 blunders in a row. Queen f6, probably 1 question mark, bishop d7, double question mark. And luckily he didn't punish either one. He took on e8, I took back. And here I think I'm okay. I'm not sure what the engine's going to say, but I thought I was okay. Yeah, I thought he would play knight b2 and try to get his knight to d3. That's what I was expecting. And the engine said he's better there. He played here, and now we're equal again. This is funny, like both of our pieces are trapped. So I played king h7 so that he would never check me on the back rank or play knight e7 check. The engine hates that move. And now he's in time trouble, and I really wasn't. Says after king here, he's winning. He played knight a8, which is not good. He wanted to go here, but I'm not sure why. He wanted to get his rook out. I played bishop d7 because I can move my bishop now. And he should play knight b6, but he thought forever. He's better after knight b6. He played king f1. And then I thought forever. Thinking forever is my strong suit. Let's see. One second. All right. All right. So here I thought I was better. The engine says it's equal. And I played the engine move, bishop g4. I didn't know what else to do. And he made a move I didn't look at all, which is a bad move. Everything's equal. He should take this. But he played queen e2, which I didn't even see. Then I thought a while, because I thought this won immediately, and then I thought it didn't. It turns out it does, but I don't know why. It says it does, but I didn't win. So, I mean, I won the game, but I didn't win because of it. So I played here threatening mate, so he can't take my bishop, and I thought he would play g3, and he did play g3. The engine does not play g3. The engine just says I'm winning. Okay, so I missed something. I saw bishop takes g3. I just don't understand why it wins. Oh, I didn't see queen a1 check. Queen g5 wins too? Oh, because I'm threatening queen c1 check. I have two winning moves here. I didn't see either one of them. I just played like a normal move. I played the third best move, which I'm better. This is immediately winning. And the idea is, if you play bishop, well, you could take either bishop. If you play bishop g4, then this just wins, right? Yeah. King here, he gets mated. I don't see the mate, but he gets mated. Someday I'll see the mate. Actually, I don't see the mate. It's here, 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 here. Then here, 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 mate. Sacking all my pieces for mate. All right. I guess that's why I didn't see it. And then if he takes the other bishop, I can win with anything, but this wins the quickest. Yeah, because if he plays rook takes and I check, he can't block with the queen because I have rook here. He can't play king here because of rook here, so he has to go here. But I can still win his queen. And it says, actually, I'm mating him. Yeah, because this move leads to mate. And then king d3, and then, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't see this. I would just take the queen and win. But, yeah, obviously, this is winning. Mating. All right, the other winning move is queen g5, which I also missed with the same idea. And he doesn't really have a good defense to it. But, I mean, you know, this is hard to see. Okay. Yeah, I didn't look at either move really seriously. I did look at this, but not seriously. So I played bishop h3 check, and the engine says that's the best move that doesn't win right away. And I thought he played the best move, but the engine says king here's the best move. He played that. I thought that was the best move. I can still play bishop g3 with my rook hanging and my bishop. All my pieces are hanging. Like, he could take all my pieces. Yeah, I didn't see bishop g3 there. He can't play queen takes rook because queen takes f2 mate. If he plays here, I play this, I assume. And then he has to go here, and then I play this. And, yeah, okay, obviously I'm winning here because rook check is coming, so he has to go here. Okay, he's dead lost. Yeah. All right. So I could have won again by playing bishop takes g3. I took the bishop, and he took, and now we're back to equality. Yeah. Man, truth hurts. Getting confused here. Rook takes e8 check. All right, so delete this variation. Bear with me, I'm old. All right, I got rid of all the nonsense. Okay, now it says it's equal. I played rook g5. I thought I was better here because my pieces are good, I have a plan, and this is absurd. But the engine says it's equal. All right. King h3, god damn. All right, he played here with this idea, which is good. And I played here, which is good, stopping his idea. And now we got like no time. I mean, he's got less than a minute here. He should play knight here, it says, and get his knight back to d3, but he played a4. He wanted to cement his knight on that bad square. And I played h5, which is correct. Rawr! And he played rook b1, so he could punish me if I played h4. The engine says I should play h4. After h4, it plays this insane move. What's wrong with this? Is there a bishop g3 I missed? Damn, there is a bishop g3 I missed. Son of a mother. And then I guess I'm just winning. Yeah, after here I play this and I'm winning. So I'm threatening rook h3 check and queen here. That's announcing mate now. All right, so I played g6, safe and sound, like the group you don't like. And I'm better here too. He played here, which surprised me. He wants to play f4. I played this. He can't play f3, never play f3, and I take on g3 with check. So he played f4 as he had envisioned. The engine doesn't like that. I went here, and now he's losing now, it says. His king's just too open. He played there, which is legal. And I played the engine move. And we talked about this on stream a while ago, like 2 or 3 streams ago. When things are happening, it's difficult to see the whole board because you're focused on one side of the board. The engine said my move was the best, then it said it wasn't. So I played here because I don't want him to play a5. I want to win his knight. So while he's concentrating on the king's side, his knight's trapped. Now he has to go crazy move e5, which is losing, but it's crazy. And he played sane. And then I was really proud of my next move. I don't really care what the engine says. The engine says it's the best. And now it's tied for first. I was very proud of this move. And now it says it's the best again. Good engine. That's a good engine. Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys know what move I was proud of here? Anybody? I mean, every move wins, but this is tied for first. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Never play f6. Queen d8 is actually tied for first with my move. I didn't play queen d8 because I thought his queen would go either here or here, and I defending his knight, and I wanted my queen on his pawn. I didn't want to move my queen away from his e-pawn. Yeah. So I played the tied for, right now it's ahead. I played king g7. And the reason is when these pawns move, I don't want my king on h7. I want it on g7. I definitely don't want it on h7 when things go down over there. And king h3 is the best move. I didn't suspect that. And he blundered here because he had like 10 seconds left. And he played f5. Yay, LJ Gonzi subscribed to tier 3. Hooray. Yeah, and that hangs his e-pawn. So that's not good. So I took. I thought he was going to check and take. And, I'm winning here. But I thought he might do it anyway. Yeah, I'm just completely winning. But he took this. And I thought about going rook check king h3. And I wanted to play queen d7, but his knight's there. The engine actually does play this move. So I just took back. And then he moved his knight. So then I did that. And, his move's the best move. Yeah, that's pretty bad for a best move. Okay, I checked. And then I checked. And then I checked. And, yeah, if he plays here, the engine announces mate. The engine also announces mate with the move that he played. Now he just has to give all his pieces away and get mated later. He played here. And now actually queen e1's the quickest mate. But I played queen d7 check. And he resigned. And now the reason this isn't the best is he can give his queen or his rook away. But he resigned instead. The reason he resigned, which I asked him after the game, I said, after here you thought I was going to take, right? And he says, yeah. And I'm up a piece for nothing. So, yeah, okay. And I said, I wasn't going to take. I was going to play a move where he would know my name is the Lord, which is this. But he didn't give me a chance to play it because he resigned instead of playing king h2. Yeah, and then if he takes, it's mate. And if he doesn't take, it's the same mate, so I can pre-move, even though we're playing in real life. And he resigned. He'd let me do that. Wah. So mean. Promote. Delete. Man, based on what the engine is saying, I'm very... similitude? I'm very wary and weary of what the engine's going to say the score of this game was. God damn. It's gonna say I suck. Oh, I deleted the wrong variation. Oh, I'm the stupidest person who ever lived. And that's saying something, because, you know, a lot of stupid people. So I missed it. Did Trump get reinstated? I think he did. I was streaming, so I don't know. All right, this is the final position. That's what she said. Do GMs ever show games they lose? All the time. It sounds like somebody doesn't watch my stream. Terrible. This was an 1800. Yay, I got the raid from Chess. Go Chess. Go Chess. Go Wesley. You know, go to another tournament. God damn, get your ass kicked. I'll be doing commentary for the Sinkfield Cup for, like, you know, 4 or 5 rounds. 3, 4 or 5 rounds, I don't know. It'll be the longest coverage of all time. Because, you know, I'm pretty big, so I can cover a lot. Yeah. All right, I didn't realize how badly we played. I didn't like all the engines saying all our moves were terrible. Yay, 500 cents to dues. Yeah. All right, let's get the bad news. See if I got to play 90 or not. I mean, the game was complicated, so maybe I played 90. It says, as it tells him, he played 60. Ooh, period. Kasparov chess raid also coming. Wait a minute, do I believe that? Maybe. Thanks, Chess, for the raid. Make sure you watch the Chess channel. That's where the magic happens. All your favorite GMs. Me and Kasparov are like, that, son.